So Dan, let's talk about flight modes. There's different flight modes: manual, auto level, and GPS. What are the differences?
Well, in GPS mode, you actually need to get a GPS receiver, and it also has to be able to communicate with the flight controller, and the flight controller has to be able to interpret the digital magnetometer that's in that compass puck, and it also has to know its location based on the number of satellites that it receives. That's essential for videography, aerial videography and cinematography, because a lot of times that system is just used in a hovering position or very, very slow linear motion, and you want to be able to position it in the sky to repeat those scenarios.
Right.
FPV, you can choose between just auto stabilizing, which keeps it relatively flat and stable in the air, to full manual, where you eliminate the accelerometers and the gyro so that you're flying it 100% of the time. You're actually maintaining its attitude and its orientation by all stick inputs that you do.
So that's going to need a lot of practice.
Yeah, that's what we call finesse. There are two ways that we teach guys to fly. Either the thumb and forefinger or thumb on top.
That's right, yeah, there's different ways of holding the controller. And I'm sure the kids out there, if you guys are used to PlayStations and Xbox and all that stuff, you guys will probably get really good at this. Right?
Yeah, we found that kids 13 and younger are really adept at flying.
It's going to be the future.
Yeah. Actually, an anecdote, my nephew is a very renowned cardiac surgeon now. He does it all robotically, and his mother teased him when he was young, saying, playing those video games are never going to amount to anything. And it turns out that the guy that invented the robotic surgical instrument was a gamer and created the system for robotic heart surgery based on that. It just happens to be backwards and upside down. So it was interesting that he could translate those video skills into real surgical skills and save lives.
Oh, that's amazing. Speaking of saving lives, this technology can actually do a lot for everybody, right? Let's talk about what this can be used for, this technology of being able to fly multirotor in the air.
Well, we've had several documented cases where they've actually put these things in the air with a forward-looking infrared device, a camera or thermal imager, and they found stranded motorists in the snow. They've used them for search and recovery of lost hikers. They've used them for going up and down structure fires in multi-level buildings, looking in the windows to get a different heat signature to identify if there are people trapped in there without committing the firefighters to the building, to a very dangerous environment, to traffic scene investigation, to even doing barricaded suspects, just bringing that aircraft in for a different perspective and point of view to make sure that the suspect isn't doing anything that would harm the public.